Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here, you guys. This is going to be fun. Hear the glee in my voice. The lazy blanking grifters are being called out again, and I'm here for it, and I'm especially fired up about this one, so I'm excited to talk about it. I'm Jen. Thank you so much for being here. Honk honk, everybody. I honk because one of Megan's buddies told me that I sound like a drunk goose, and you know what? I kind of love it. So honk honk. Here's to all of you. Let's get into this. Thanks for being here. I'm excited to talk about this. You know, I love all my geese and ganders. I would like to dedicate this one to my Australian geese and ganders. There are so many of you here that communicate with me from Australia, and I appreciate that so much. So I found this on Sky News, an Australian publication, and I'm excited to talk about it. Okay. You ready? This is about Harold and this is a story all about Harold and fraud, how they just insert themselves in charities that are already moving. Meghan and Harry make no effort with Archewell Charity. Dun dun dun. Why am I so excited to talk about this? Well, I'll tell you. Because I just came off reading that monstrosity Endgame, and no, I don't want you to go read it. Do watch my recaps on it, though. I have them section by section, or I have one big super cut if you're a glutton for punishment. Thank you to everybody who watched that, by the way. 4 hours. 4 hours of talking about that book. Okay, let's keep going. But at the end of that book, throughout the book, they went so hard after William and Catherine. And it's honestly disgusting. You know, you can go watch it. You can hear all my points about it. But the reason this is important is because they made a point over and over to call William, you ready for this? Work-shy William. Thinking about, we see them constantly out doing things for people, bringing awareness to causes and charities. The list goes on and on. They actually seem to prioritize their kids, something that Harry and Meghan know nothing about, something like that. So I find it rich that they're calling anybody else, and I am saying them. I know it's Omid's book. We always have to say that. It's Omid's book. He denies working with them, but we all have brains. We know they work together. So they're calling them lazy to try to deflect from how lazy they truly are. And I just thought this article did a good job pointing that out. So let's take a look. So it goes into how royal commentator Kinsey Schofield has slammed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for making no effort with their signature Archewell charity after tax filings threw the nonprofit's viability into question. In a new interview published on Saturday, Ms. Schofield criticized Archewell for making little meaningful impact, relying on more established charities to cover up their lack of effort. Again, where have we seen this? Oh, yes, I know, in everything they do. Literally couldn't be bothered to, we know the story. They couldn't be bothered to do the podcast while getting paid obscene amount of money. Had how many people working on it for her, couldn't even be bothered to do some of the interviews. It sounds like guests have come forward and said no, it was actually a producer or somebody that would interview them. And then Meghan would just insert her voice into things. She couldn't be bothered. She's very busy working an hour a week, you guys. That's tough, right? Now you're talking about a specific camera. I just don't think that's coincidence. Nothing is with these people. They're lazy grifters. They even grift on to personalities. All right, so she continues, what Archewell tends to do is just insert themselves in charities that are already moving and going forward with little to no effort. The classic Harry and Meghan, Spotify grifters. There you go, she told GB News in the United Kingdom. It's just classic Harry and Meghan. It's no effort. Yes, ding, ding, ding. I couldn't agree more. That's exactly what we've all been saying. They just can't be bothered to come up with their own thing or to, actually do some good. They'd rather just sit back, not do much, collect paychecks, We've seen it. It seems to be their style of parenting as well, just saying. So she went on to slam the Archewell's annual impact report, which listed initiatives supporting displaced Afghan women and vaccine programs among its yearly achievements. At the end of the year, they throw it on some report and take credit from it. Like I believed last time it was vaccine initiatives and getting vaccines to places all over the world, she said. So that's interesting and honestly something I haven't looked into that much. Now I want to. But yeah, so I guess you can just slap anything on an impact report and be like, yeah, we did this. Now, I have heard that. I hate to even talk about it because it makes me feel sick talking about that disgusting thing she did at Uvalde. The horrible, it's hard to even talk about, but but in case you don't, it's that where they had the tragedy with the kids. And Meghan decided to fly out there and post and turned it into a photo op for herself. She's disgusting. But in regard to the vaccine thing that they're claiming, Kinsey says that was another charity that really put the effort into it. Archewell just tagged along. Archewell just said, oh, and by the way, we'll help promote this. I have to let this sink in. So imagine it's your company and you did all the work. I don't need to know how you feel about vaccine. That's up to you. But I'm saying, like, you did all the work for whatever charity, function, organization, whatever it is, right? You do all the work, all the planning, all the sleepless nights, all the things, right? And these grifters come up and grift off your charity so they can claim it as something they've done. Besides the actual thing, which is what, work an hour a week, I believe it came out as, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she goes on to say, I'll give Invictus the credit it deserves. Invictus is great. However, and I like to underline this point as well, that was something started under the royal family's tree with teamwork from the palace itself. Okay. That was not just solo Harry's initiative. And I remember when I read, oh my gosh, now they're all blurring together again. I believe it was Revenge. No, it may have been Courteous. Anyway, one of the books we read went into that. It was basically something the palace came up with to help Harry have something to do. It's a great cause, but it's not Harry's per se. Do you see what I'm saying? I know you do. Anyway, so she's going on to praise that initiative, but again, it's just them attaching their names to things. And now I just see it. I mean, again, it's my opinion. I think it's a lot of our opinion, but I have to say it's my opinion. It's just a way for Meghan to expense a bunch of stupid, expensive clothes. Get the names grifters for nothing, right? They've earned that nickname, and it's fun to see them try to stamp their names on things and to not actually put in the work, It's just funny. Again, coming on the heels of that book, I can't tell you how much PTSD I have from this book, reading that awful Endgame. It'll be my end game, but just about how much they were slinging mud at Catherine, especially, but William and Catherine, and calling them lazy over and over. And it's just, I know I'm diehard William and Catherine, but I'm really trying to think, and I really tried to search, and I just don't see that being something they've been known for. It is something, however, associated with Harry and Meghan, so of course they would try to spin it, get the heat off themselves, put it on William and Catherine. Also ridiculous. Further proof of their grifting, right? What else is new? Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this here. You guys are the best. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm very curious. What do you think their biggest grift is? Let me know that in the comments. That's hard to pick because they grift off a lot of stuff. Thank you guys for everything. I truly hope you're having the best week. If I don't get a chance to say it, or if you don't catch another one of my videos this week, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy all the things, Happy week. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year. I appreciate you all so much. I'm so excited to see what happens with this channel in 2024. I'm excited to spend it with all of you. You guys are the best. Thank you for everything, all the love and support. It means the world to me. Now, if you want to further support, we do have the new merch. Get the flock out of here. So much fun with that stuff. Check that out. Not Bloody Likely, still have that as well. So many things. So I'll leave a link to that below. What else? You can also check out Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can find our bonus episodes, the extra content, deep dives, things like that. So check that out. And as always, thank you so much for being here. I truly hope you guys have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Honk, honk, everybody.